But I still got to talk about my Buffalo Bills, man. I don't even know why you playing over here, man. It was another great day. It was adversity, though. You talk about the adversity of the Steelers, man, how they handling it. I thought they did a good job handling it, man. You get out to an early lead, 28-3 in the third quarter, man. Yeah, you give up the lead. It was crazy. Awesome job by McVay. Awesome job by Goff. I thought as a whole, man, Goff looked good, man, in terms of his control of the offense. Robert Woods stepped up in a big way too, man.
Well, I was going to ask, what happened first half to second half with that? Because that's when they started looking good.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean?
middle of the third quarter. So it was a couple of things. I know people will point to the interception. It should have been either OPI, no call, or completion. Worse, no interception when offense and defense has simultaneous possession. It always goes to the offense. That's just the rule. So that was a bad call. Then people will point to the whole, at the end of the game, was it pass interference, was it not? The thing that stood out to me the most in terms of why the game ended up how it was in the first half, the Bills struggled with tackling. First and second half defensively, they weren't tackling well. Tremaine Edmonds, I praise him a lot because he is a really good player, but he's hurt. You see him out there, shoulder wrapped up. He missed 2 or 3 big time tackles. They ended up being touchdowns or field flipping plays. First half, the difference was even when he was missing plays or not making the routine stuff, they were minimizing the big X play, the 10 plus yard run or the 15 plus yard pass. In the second half, they were missing tackles, but they were also giving up explosive plays. And that's how you get that rapid comeback like that. Then you throw in the interception. Like I said, the should have been a pick, shouldn't have not been an interception. That play comes in there, ball rolling, snowball effect. The reason why I am still high on them, though, is this. In the midst of all that, as bad as it can get, we talked about the Falcons, right? 3 weeks now, they've had a big lead and they've dropped it. And we see how as soon as it either becomes a one score or it's tied up, their heads drop. They know what's going to happen. The Bills, every opportunity said that's how that game should have ended. But even when them giving up the touchdown, which once again, Tremaine misses a tackle on the touchdown to let the Rams go ahead. He hits the guy in the hole. Can't move his arm, so he hits some dude, just rolls off. Cool. Josh Allen still comes back. Like I said, drives the ball, man. The 3rd and 22 was crazy to see that type of completion, man. And even with the adversity, whether it was through the refs, whether it was through Aaron Donald going crazy, forcing turnovers as well. He had a big strip sack recovery in the second half as well. Even through all that, seeing them find a way, somehow, some way to win that game. We talk about the Steelers all the time saying, hey, man, if you're a good team, regardless of how ugly it is, regardless of call going for you or against you, you find a way to win. That's what they did. I mean, it was the first time I've seen them do that in years. I mean, you talk about a team coming back from 28-3 to take the lead in the fourth quarter with like 2 minutes left. Usually that team is going to be the team that wins. But like I said, for me, that was the biggest thing, man. Just seeing how Josh and the offense responded defensively, though. Schematically, they're fine. It's just the tackling. They are not tackling as well, but they are beat up. I think it is what it is. I mean, you need Tremaine Edmonds, you need Matt Milano out there because of what they bring from a physical ability standpoint, a play recognition standpoint. But right now, they both are banged up. Yeah. And I think that's like the biggest thing. It's kind of like if Devin Bush and TJ were out there at 75 or 80%, they're still going to be impactful.
You would notice it, yeah.
You notice it. And I think that was the biggest thing that I saw when I watched them, man.
Who they play this week?
I gotta
They
check.
play another. It might be. I think it's the Raiders.
I think it is the Raiders, but I think is it in LA? I mean Vegas. It's in Vegas. Yeah, they play the Raiders in Vegas. That should be another good test for them, man. I mean,
I think Raiders are frauds.
Wow,
I told you that they got exposed. They got exposed last week against the Patriots.
You say that the Patriots legit should have beat the Seahawks. The Patriots should be undefeated right now. Let's be real about it.
Yeah,
it's they should be undefeated.
You like this Raiders team then, huh?
I do, in the sense they remind me of a West Coast version of the Titans. They're not flashy. They're not. But they are a complete football team in terms of special teams, in terms of running the ball,
They've had amazing
and playing
drafts.
defense.
They do have great players.
But that's what they're doing. They run the ball. Carr's going to hit you with some play action, but Jacobs is the guy that's making that offense go. And then defensively, they play sound ball. It looks like a well-coached team. Like that's what it's nothing flashy. You're not going to watch them and be like, oh man, oh, that's crazy. Similar to the Titans. You're not going to watch the Titans and be like, oh man, unless Derrick Henry runs over 3 guys, like they're not going to do nothing to wow you like that, but they consistently stay on schedule. They're good on first down. They're good on possession downs. They don't turn the ball over. They're just a good team. So that's why, like, when I look at the Raiders, I'm like, yeah, that's who they are.
Little test this week then, huh?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I thought the Rams were the bigger test. This is gonna still be another tough test. I'm a little concerned about a hangover because of how big of an emotional win this was for the Bills against the Rams. Yeah, like, dude, you talk about the emotions of being up 28-3 against the Rams. You like, yo, this is nuts. And then the emotions of losing it, and then the emotions of winning it, and the controversy and everything that went with it. Yeah, I'm concerned a little bit about a little bit of a hangover with that game going in the Raiders.
Pissed off after the loss,
and that's the difference. Like, the Raiders are hungry. The Raiders are like, yo, we're mad. We lost to Cam. Like, and they didn't get embarrassed, but it was convincing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just the recipe. You can see it building up a little bit. That's my only concern with that. But the Raiders, they're a good team, man. I think that they're going to continue to surprise teams. I don't think they're ever going to be flashy though. I don't think they have the personnel for that just yet. I think maybe in a year or two, some of those first rounders are going to develop a lot more. But right now, they're just good players. I don't think any of them are necessarily great, though.
All right. Understood.
Yeah. And Jonathan Abrams, though, bro.
Was I right on that pick?
He looks good. He looks good. I like him. I definitely like him. He has a toughness about him. Yeah. He definitely has a toughness, man.
I could see in that Hard Knocks.
That's what it was.
He had the it factor. He had the it factor for safety.
He's doing what he needs to do. He's making the plays. I like that part. I ain't about to go in all this other nonsense, but he's definitely making plays though, man. He looks good.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he was missed out there last year.
Yeah.